actually believe that transformation happens in the context of community. We say all the time here at Lifegate, we want to become more like Jesus for the good of others. And I want to show you today how it actually requires community. Hebrews chapter 10, and let us consider how we may spur one another on toward love and good deeds, not giving up meeting together, as some are in the habit of doing, but encouraging each other all the more as you see the day approaching. And the author of Hebrews, we don't know exactly who it is, but this author is writing to convince this group of discouraged, distracted, and drifting Christians. He's writing to build a case that Jesus is the best thing out there and that you will find faith, hope, and love, not only by clinging to that reality that Jesus is the best thing out there, but by clinging to that reality in community. Two of the things that are really pervasive in our world today, really on a global scale, that are pulling us away from community. One is the message that's just being sent around the globe through arts, through entertainment, through politics, through articles, through books, through songs, through conversations. There is a message being sent around the world that people are beginning to label hyper-individualization. Hyper-individualization. It is the idea that you are better off alone. You are better off doing things your way, becoming who you want to be, and following your own path. It's leaving us discouraged, it's leaving us distracted, and it's causing us to drift. Many sociologists are saying that humans have never been more lonely than they are in our world today. And that is because we are trying to do life on our own. So hyper-individualization, y'all. Go watch social media today, flip through your Instagram account. You're going to see it all the time. And it's this invitation for you to pull away from everybody else. And y'all, you need to know it is a twisted lie from the pit of hell that is actually trying to isolate you. I'm going to show you a better way. And Jesus did it with his disciples, y'all. This ragtag group of people who would never be associated with each other in normal circumstances, associated with one another because the foundation, the anchor, the core of their community was a man who gave everything because he loved them. And these communities would embody love and joy and peace and patience and kindness and goodness and faithfulness and gentleness and self-control. And the anxious and the hurting and the lonely would look at these communities and say, I want to leave what I got and I want what you have. How do I get happy? And we can say, his name is Jesus. This is the way we say all of that in a much cleaner and simpler way. Life code number 8, it's part of our family DNA as a church. We do life together. We live in authentic, committed relationships where we can belong and experience real life in Jesus. Y'all, regardless of where you are on your spiritual journey, you can belong here. Regardless of where you are and whatever your background is in life, you can experience real community here. That is our desire for you because we believe real transformation happens in the context of community. Often not alone on your own, and to some degree in rooms like this, but the deepest stuff often happens in the deepest relationships. When you experience a season that doesn't seem to be working, okay? Big things of how community is developed. It does require commitment, right? That's pretty simple. It requires commitment. It's not a word we all love, maybe because we don't know, we don't want to be tied down, we don't want to miss out on something else. Maybe you don't like the word commitment because people have let you down, and so you're not going to commit to anything else. But in order for us to have a healthy community, we have to be committed. It's true in marriage, it's true in parenting and family life, and it's true in friendship and Christ-centered community. Like commitment is where the fruit will flow. Your closest friendships in life will be the ones that you stick with, the ones you stay committed to. After commitment comes connection. Some of us expect connection immediately, like I said, but you have to start with commitment, and then we enter into connection. Now, let me just say here, I understand some of you may pull away from community or may resist community because you've had bad connections. You've experienced some hard stuff. Some people have let you down. Some people have maybe told your story or gossiped about you and it was supposed to be a safe place. Maybe people have rejected you, and there's some kind of mysterious, beautiful way where those two things are connected that we can preach about some other day. But in every other instance where the Spirit of God moves, he moves through a human being, because that's how God operates. If you were to say to me, I'm thirsty, and I were to try and give you ideas on where to find something to drink, most of you would not go and try and dig a well if you got thirsty, right? But we're still the source of water. There's one person in here that believes that. That person's probably getting healed and becoming more like Jesus for the good of others. Right, y'all? We've got to be willing to put ourselves in a place where connection actually happens. And it's in Spirit-filled, life-giving relationships where the source of water tends to flow.